Good morning. I'm live here at the Kingdom Fundraisers. I'm looking at my Kingdom Fundraisers here today. It's flipped on me. I'm trying to figure out how to do that. That's the reason why I'm about a minute late. Uh, I am not sure how that happened, why it happens. It's showing Kingdom Fundraisers reversed when it really should be on the opposite side and proper. But that's the way it is. I'm going to leave it for that. You guys can play with it later. I've been having in the last literally in the last couple of weeks when I go live with you guys, I noticed that I'm either having trouble with my volume or I'm having trouble with my site. And I'm going to do all I can to rectify that. I don't want to do it live because I want to talk. And if that means I need to go into a blurred screen, then I'll do that because I want it right. But today I'm going to leave it. You guys already know me. You know who I am. It's Pastor Willie. I don't know what happened. As a matter of fact, I had to literally sign in totally brand new on today's podcast. So this is interesting that that's happening. I'm praying that Mark can get in here in a minute. And you all are able to be live with me today. Something's wrong. Don't know what it is. And as a matter of fact, I'm even that my mic is working properly and Mark not being able to get in. I'm just going to go with the show. I want to record this today. It is very interesting because there is I've been working on a series, you all. And as you all know, it's called How to Fund Your Life. And I've been having good conversations with people today. It's interesting. It's asking me to do some things here. There we go. Oh, now it's asking me to do a referral link. That ain't what I want, so I'm not putting that up there. Anyway, I guess I'm a little off because of what I'm seeing happen, and Mark's not joined me yet, which I'm wondering if everything is okay. He'll send me, he'll send me. Let me ask him. You know, when you're live, stuff happens that you're not expecting and looking at, and so I'm going back. Please understand that I apologize for this hiccup or whatever's wrong, if it's wrong. If not, let's do the podcast anyway. How about that? I'm getting a text from him or somebody. So it will tell me. Now, Kingdom Fundraisers Live. I'm sorry. Let's go for the gusto, y'all. Welcome. Welcome to today's edition, today's podcast of Kingdom Fundraisers Live. I am truly thrown off, but I think I see Mark on here now. Thank you. I pray that that's him anyway. Yep, that's him. God bless you, brother. Text me and let me know if you see everything and everything is looking well. Yeah, there he goes. There he goes. TJ, I thank God. It's a blessed Friday, everyone. That lets me know that he can see me and hear me. Whew. I feel so much better, Mark, because for a minute, as you can see, Kingdom Fundraisers is upside down when it's normally on this side. Today it's on that side and it's flipped. I don't know what's going on with this live podcast, but you and I talked about it earlier today. We also may be making a shift. Maybe that's why the topic today is called The Shift. You've heard me talk about it at Kingdom Fundraisers. You heard me make the comment. I was actually trying to set it up for him to be a guest today, Brother Mark, to see that. But video and audio is doing great. Amen. So I'm great with it. Good to know that. And so here's what we're going to go with the flow because listen, you all. Today, as I said, I want to talk about the shift, and let me kind of give you a little bit of why. The shift. Today we're talking really. It's a pivotal moment when God calls us to a new stage. The shift. The shift is simply a pivotal moment when God has called us into a new stage. And I'm sure you've been there before. You've been there in your life when the old way doesn't seem to work anymore. But the new way is still not too familiar with you. It's a little bit unknown. God is moving you into a new area, a new platform, a new ministry, with a new vision, and you're not sure or clear on what to do. I've dealt with that myself. And when I even look at my whole life as a musician, from a musician to the marketplace, I didn't have any skills when I came out of the music career. I didn't have any skills. And my wife asked me to come home and help raise the family together because my children were getting older. They weren't babies, and she needed help. So when I came out of that music career and I came home going into the marketplace, I didn't have any skills at all. And I had to shift and had to learn how to do that. Then I went into church ministry. I got called into the ministry, and I began to get involved in church. And even as a child, I was in church. But now I'm saved and I'm really all in. That was a shift, y'all. Then into the marketplace as a coach, a nonprofit coach. When I moved from Youngstown, Ohio to Lorain, Ohio, my son got involved into a choir, and they were looking at trying to travel and grow. And I wanted to support my son in that lifestyle that he wanted, because prior to that, his life wasn't going very well. And when he and a lot of his friends got together, the musical group, they really wanted to do it right. And so they asked me for help. I had to learn how to make a shift because I never did fundraising and done nonprofit work and for-profit work in that manner before. Guess what, y'all? I had to shift. Then when God moved me from from Lorain back to Youngstown, I had to make another shift, didn't I? I was a pastor there, but then we were growing our church and there were some needs. I went from now to just being a teacher in the church. Now I'm a nonprofit coach for them. I was raising in our nonprofit in our church, starting a nonprofit there. Went to a university professor, and now I'm launching with you all how to fund your life through Kingdom Fundraisers. And my brothers and sisters, guess what? That's a lot of shifting, ain't it? But if I can make a shift, so can you. And so let me go backwards a little bit, and I may just do all of this when I'm done, because like I say, I started a little off track when I looked at the website and I didn't see how things was going. To help you make a shift, to help you understand what I went through, and I realized what you're dealing with, many of you, and some of you all are doing great. But I talked to so many people who are learning how to make this shift, and sort of reinforce this everyday stage and naturally to help you bring them together a shift. What I did, I created, what I call the 4P pivot. You all know I do this every day. I'm working with people every day, and I thought about ways to help you all make the shift. And it came up with this 4P pivot, and you'll have access to that. You'll be able to download it here online when you go to my Facebook page. And we're designing now. We're changing our website. You'll see me post a website before we close, and we're redesigning the website. So on the very first page of the website, you'll be able to click on either the QR code or click on the link and download not only this 4P, but you'll be able to download a document that'll help you make this shift, okay? But let me talk about this 4P pivot. It's starting with purpose. The first P is purpose. Why are you called? Why are you called? Well, it's not, we know God called you, but what is he calling you into, all right? Then you talk about positioning. What unique story do you bring? If I'm gonna help you fund your life, or you're gonna fund your life, you got to think about, why am I called? What am I called to? What ministry am I called to? Right? The positioning. What story? I talked about my story, going from a musician to parent, to preaching, to nonprofit management, to now helping you, to teaching at the university, and now helping you fund your life. shifting? What position am I in? Where am I at in this stage, in this shift? Then how about the pathway? What's the next step? Again, my shift from musician to parent to preaching to teaching, now to management. Then how about preparation? Resources or habits do you need to build your ministry, your vision, your call? Let me kind of give it to you the way it happened with me. I share it all the time. I just went through all 4 of those steps when it came to me and how, God put me into that. If we walk through these 4 P's, the first one is purpose again. I use them in different ways, like the purpose. Let's look at the purpose. Clarify where or why God has placed this vision in your heart. Why are you doing what you do? What is your why? I teach this a lot in ministry work. I teach the why. I'm a little off, but it's going to make sense. I teach the why. Clarify why God has placed this vision in your heart. Sometimes people go through traumatic situations which cause you want to help other people because of what you've been through. That's your why. And maybe you've experienced it with somebody else being sick and you had to take care of that person. And now, because of what you've experienced, watching them, what they went through, it's in your heart to help somebody else. That's your why, your purpose. How about the positioning? What skills, or, what season are you in? What story? Like your shift, like my shift from music to ministry. What are your why and then your what? What do you bring to the table? Then your pathway. What is the first accountable steps you can take? There are certain things that you need to do to be able to go through the journey, and you don't have to go through your journey by yourself. What is the first accountable steps that you can take? Maybe you need to schedule a call with me or have a conversation with somebody. Maybe you just need to simply draft your ideas down on a card. Maybe you can join my challenge. I'll be talking about that in a minute, my 21-day challenge. I keep wanting to say 14, but God keeps telling me 21. Shift, you see. And so what pathway do you need to take to be successful in your shift? And then what preparation do you have? What resources do you have? Or what resources do you need? Prayer, plan, and provision. I have a PDF that you'll be looking at here in a minute on how to do those things, right? And so when you think about the way I went from my purpose, transitioning from a musician to unskilled job to serving God, understanding my purpose, God had a purpose for my life. Part of that is helping you now. Doing the ministry. God called me in the ministry to help lead people to Christ and make disciples, He led me from ministry, right, into doing nonprofit management to help my son in the choir and other people grow their vision. Nonprofit management is not for you. It's really to serve others. So God positioned me in order to do that by helping me learn how to fundraise, teach, and using my experience to teach others like you. Pathway, my pathway went from musician to ministry, to nonprofit management, to teaching at the university, to now what? Teaching you. And when I joined the university for faculty, I began to learn things that helped me have the tools to help teach you how to fund your life. And then the last thing we talk about in the preparation, I invested in it. Come on, somebody. A lot of times we get these visions from God and we just want to go for the gusto, and we talk about the scripture having unlearned men and, because they were unlearned, God called them to do, and you can do the same thing. But I got news for you. You need to prepare yourself. You need to have the tools that you need to do what you need to do. So, in order for me to prepare for what I'm doing, the very first thing for fundraising, my wife and some friends of mine, Stedman and Joyce, they tricked me to a fundraising seminar. They tricked me, but I went. But one of the best moves that ever happened to me was getting to that seminar, because there I learned the tools and the steps I needed to help fundraise, not just write grants, but to help fundraise. And so what tools do you need? We offer PDFs, we offer video, we offer workshops, and even a community of other fundraisers or people who are learning to fundraise that can help you prepare for your journey. You got that? And let me help you choose a way you could shift. Start today. Start today. What stage are you in and why? Write down, get a sheet of paper and begin your journey, your shift. Make it clear so that you can achieve what God has called you to achieve. Right? Write down what stage are you in and why. Then maybe tomorrow, do your journal. Define your purpose plus your positioning. Huh? Maybe the third day, each step, take a step every day. Begin to think about it and pray about it. Day 3, identify one contact or resource for your support. You need a prayer partner. You need an accountability partner. You need a teacher, a trainer, a mentor. Hello. You begin to journal those things. And then day 4, the fourth thing you can do, pledge the one step. Join the fundraising challenge that I have. Yeah, I'm making an offer to you so that I can help you get where you want to go. Apply for a mini grant. Maybe you just want to do it yourself. Then go apply for a mini grant. Record your own video to help get you where you want to go. It's easy to do. It's not that difficult to be able to fund your life, but you got to know how to make that shift, y'all. Huh? Is that all right? I did a lot of talking, didn't I? Know your purpose, positioning, pathway, and then plan, prayer, plan, provision. You need these things. You cannot go and you cannot grow without that. So get ready. Watch this. In a minute, our website that we're working on it right now. Our website is getting ready to do our new bookstore section, so that you'll be able to go online, y'all, and you can download all of these PDF tools that you need to do that, and so that you'll know exactly what to do. Let me give you the website. Here's where you'll be able to go. And I say soon, they're working on it today. Met with my team, Mark and Doris, this morning, and she made it clear, Pastor, I got it set up for those of you in the nonprofit world, those of you individuals, that you can go to the bookstore and download resources that will help you grow your ministry. But watch this. The best part about that, where you'll have an opportunity to become a part of our network, Kingdom Fundraisers Network. It's a membership opportunity. None of these things are going to cost you an arm and a leg. Let me say this to you all. I go online and on a daily basis, I'm watching other people offer you opportunities to make $1 million a day, or $100,000 a month. I'm sorry, I can show you how to do that, but I want to help you get started. I want to help you get your vision off of paper onto the pavement and go from startup to sustainability and be able to be structured. Somebody say structured, so that your business can grow. And so you'll be able to join the Kingdom Fundraisers Network for as little as $29 a month. Hello. And for $29 a month, you'll be able to log in, download PDFs, your toolkits, you'll get access to buy videos. All of these tools that we've been giving out for 4 years for little is $29 a month. Huh? And you'll be able to make that shift when you do what you do. I like that, Mark. You'll have to know when to make that shift. You have to know when to do it. Now is a good time for you to make that shift. And so what I'm trying to say to you, you'll be able to go to the website. You'll be able to download my free offer. You'll be able to connect to the bookstore. There'll be tools for you, all inexpensive tools that you can use right now but I highly recommend to connect to membership. Join the membership for as little as $29 a month. You'll have a 1-year fee and a 3-year fee. You can do whatever you want to do. But in this, you can find the tools that you need to fund your life, to go from startup to sustainability. You'll have the tools that you need to get your vision on paper and on the pavement. You have the tools that you need to be able to find funders that will fund your vision. You'll be able to find the tools that you need to be able to sustain your business. I have a tool that I haven't even given Mark this one yet, but it's like my A to Z tool. And I need to remind me, Mark, to get that to you. It's my A to Z tool. Once you become a part of Kingdom Fundraisers Network or the membership group, you'll have access to tools like that so that you can do a check mark on a daily basis for your ministry, for your business, for your nonprofit. And it has HR tools. It has it has it all, bookkeeping tools for you so that you'll know how to run this business and grow the ministry and the vision that God has called you to, and that's just my desire to help you grow and just be what God has called you to be. And I believe that God has called me to be here for you to do what God has called you to do. I don't know any other way to put it. Everybody there's pictures all day long on YouTube, pictures on LinkedIn, pictures on Facebook. People are sharing with you, ways to grow your business. Amen. And so am I. But I believe that I have what you need. I believe I can help you. If you will allow me to mentor you, if you allow me to share with you those God-given tools because of the mistakes I've made, you didn't have to make them. You shouldn't have to make them too. When you can get these tools and then partner with me, allow me to partner with you. We all need accountability partners. Ella and I did a video the other week about accountability partnership. You can't do this by yourself. I couldn't. When I needed to learn how to do it, and like I said, some friends of mine, and they got with Ella, and they got me to a seminar, a webinar. Back then, we weren't using Facebook and YouTube and LinkedIn. We had to go live to these webinars. But going to that webinar taught me, I called it a webinar. It was a seminar. Those seminars taught me what I needed to help my son and the choir grow and be able to go on tour, to be able to travel, to make an album. Hello. When my son got out, that group continued to grow and they made several albums. And now they're all serving in ministry. But God used me to help learn what it would take to help them grow. And so I'm saying to you the same thing. Could happen for you. I hope I gave you something today to help you realize that you can fund your life. Simple tools, simple idea, my 4P pivot, which will help you if you let it, right? The 4P pivot. Can I give them to you one more time? Purpose. What are you sensing this new call? Why are you sensing this new call in your life? The purpose, this is your heart's compass. That's what I mean by purpose. God's direction for your next season. God's direction for your next season. You excuse me, I'm stumbling a little bit, but I want you to get it. That's all. The purpose. Why are you sensing this new call from God? And you can download this tool on the Facebook page. The second tool is positioning. What past experience, skill, or story support your shift? Your history uniquely equips you for this purpose. Number 3, the pathway. What is the very next action step you need to take? Clarify today those things that you need to give you momentum for tomorrow. And the last one is preparation. What tools or habits or resources do you need to build or invest in? And I sincerely mean Invest in yourself. Invest in your vision so that you can grow and be what God called you to be. So what preparations are you making? Prayer, planning, provision for kingdom vision in life. Okay. So download my 4-piece today. You can get it right here on this website. You can get it on my website. You can get it from God. It's available to you. And I want you to do all that you can do. Get ready. It's be on the website any minute now. If you don't see it, DM me, ask for it, and I'll make sure you can get it today. Thanks for dealing with me. Like I said, this whole day right now, I'm Mark, we're going to redo this all again. But I hope that for those of you who are watching me live, watching me stutter or work through this, apologize. Sometimes we have great days. Sometimes we just are just who we are. And that's what I love about what God has called me to do. Everything is not polished. When we make shifts, sometimes those shifts are bumpy. Am I right about it? You know, you're going to get from me who I really am. And I'm going to give you what you need. I believe I can give you what you need. I'm just being honest. I believe I can share and show and set you up in a way that God can bless you, use you for his kingdom, and to be able to help others no matter what your calling is. Thanks for listening. Thanks for putting up with me today. I love you and ain't nothing you can do about it. Stay tuned. More to come. Talk to you soon.